Okay, welcome. Aloha, everyone.
Aloha, everyone.
Welcome to Tao Healing for Finances with Master Gina and Yanan. And I'm Hardeep.
Focus on two first.
Two.
Don't crop people out.
Okay, do two first, and then you come in. Do the first.
I'll do them.
So I'm just noticing that Hardeep just told me that Livestream has an app. So if you want to, you can go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Store, and you can download the Livestream app. Mine's downloading right now. It looks like it'll take a little while, but I think this will be a really handy way for us to share with each other. So
yeah.
Just to let everyone know.
So, hello everyone. Please let us know who's with us on live stream. Just type in the chat box. You may need to log in first. Welcome to our practice this evening. We are going to have a fun little evening today. We're going to practice with our foundational energy centers for our finances and for ourselves. And what we found in the past week or so, Yanan and I, came to the realization that it's actually the same. Our foundational energy and how we manage our energy matches, how we manage, how our finances flow in and out, how our energy flows in and out, how we conserve and boost and build and use our energy is so directly connected to how money and other resources flow in and out of our life. So I'm going to ask Yanan to share from her point of view how
the invocation beginning.
Okay, let's call in the soul world first. So please sit up straight with your feet flat on the ground. If you can sit with your heels touching, that's great. Make sure your back is away from the back of the chair. And for your hands, you can either place them in the soul light era hand position, which is the left hand in front of your message center, right hand up, pointed up to heaven, slightly curved. Or you could place one hand on your message center and one on your lower abdomen, whichever is most comfortable for you right now. Take a deep breath and relax. For your mind power, place your mind in your lower abdomen and visualize a big, bright ball of golden light filling up your lower abdomen, grounding you, boosting your energy, and place your mind there too, in your lower abdomen. Focus there, gently. For our soul power, let us say hello. So dear all layers of divine, Tao and Source and beyond, dear all kinds of healing angels, archangels, lamas, gurus, kahunas, buddhas, bodhisattvas, holy saints, Tao saints, all saints from all traditions, all kinds of saint animals in heaven. Dear the Source Soul Song of love, peace and harmony. Dear the love, peace, harmony Jindan downloaded to Mother Earth, the golden light ball of love, peace, harmony downloaded to Mother Earth. Dear beloved Mother Earth, countless planets, stars, galaxies and universes. We love you, we honor you, we deeply appreciate you. Please come. Please guide and bless our practice this evening. Please help us to boost our energy, stamina, vitality, immunity. To boost the energy, stamina, vitality, and immunity of our finances, to bring flourishing to our finances and to our business. We are extremely grateful that we can call on you for our practice. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please stay with us for the duration of our practice this evening to help us in the most appropriate way for each of us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For our sound power, we will chant the Source Soul Song of love, peace, and harmony at this time, so we can join hearts and souls with each other, all those who are here and joining us on live stream or watching the recording. We are all connected. So let us chant in soul language, in Chinese, English, and then we will chant in Hawaiian and Japanese. You can follow along in the language of your choice. Let us begin. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, li. Lula, lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Lula, li, lula. Oh, I washing her name. Oh, I chuan ren lei. Wan ling rong he mu shi shang. Xiang ai ping an he xie. Xiang ai ping an he xie. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. And Hawaiian. E aloha mai ia'u. E aloha kako apa. E pili mai uwai kako. Aloha marielo kahi. Aloha marielo kahi. Japanese. Kokoro to tamashii o aishiteru. Jinrui subete wo aishiteru. Kokoro to tamashii wo hitotsu ni shiyou. Aihe wa soshite chouwa. Aihe wa soshite chouwa. Mr. Gina, you want to sing Finnish?
Rakastan sydäntäni aselylläni. Rakastan koko ihmiskuntaa. Niitä sydämät jäsenili yhteen. Rakkaus, rauha ja harmonia. Rakkaus, rauha ja harmonia.
Okay, and we'll sing in Hindi.
मुझे प्रेम मेरे दिल और आत्मा से, मुझे प्रेम स्वाभिमान आत्मा से, जोड़ो दिल और आत्मा साथ, प्रेम शांति और एकता, प्रेम शांति और एकता.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all the souls who have joined us. Thank you. The Source Soul song of love, peace, and harmony. It really shifts how we feel. It shifts how the room, the space feels. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so did you want to share about your realization this?
Okay. Aloha, everybody. This is Yana, and welcome Steffi, welcome Monica, welcome Arjuna, and welcome whoever that is on the line but haven't said hi. Okay. So this has been an amazing 2 weeks. I wasn't intentionally paying attention to what to share or practice on these Tuesday groups, but then as the day goes, it's like heaven just give you a little bit of something, and you suddenly have, oh my god, it's completely related to finances. And then that happened last week, and then happening again this week. And it was just as simple as some words coming from Master Himena for a healer, and that gave a lot of us a really big teaching about our foundational energies. So one of our healer has been really sick for a long time. The condition was serious. If she did not receive a blessing from Master Sha last year when Master Sha was in Hawaii, we may not have her here on Mother Earth anymore. So she was very blessed, and she recovered. Her health was, not recover. Her health was improving very well, and we could see her physical appearances thriving and changing. But then at some point she was going down again, and we could all see that. And the divine channels here in Hawaii was helping her, and continuously to gave her practices to do as well as blessings. So this day, just last week, Master Himena called her up to, I think we were in Divine Healing Hands workshop, I think.
No, it was one of the healing.
Oh, it was one of the weekly evenings. So Master Himena gave her a really, really, really big blessing, and also gave her a really simple yet extremely important assignment, was to heal. Okay, Master Himena gave her a huge blessing and told her very seriously, your priority is to get better, and you receive all these blessings, but then you feel so energized, you start driving around the city, your family call you to help this and that, and you use up all these blessings and energies on external things rather than healing your organs and systems. And then as these blessings, these energies that received through the blessings started being used up for other things, and your body's still not recovering fast enough. And it's I don't think Master Himena used the word waste, but she basically meant that then all that blessing was not really using to heal you, rather you're using it to do errands and other things. Mm-hmm. So she was using her energy and not helping her own recovery. And that hit so many of us in the room that day, that because it happens to all of us at some level. So Hardeep and I are relatively healthy, but we receive so many blessings, downloads from Master Sha, and we would feel like at times we were just flying on the energy. We were serving non-stop, and we didn't have to sleep a lot. We could just keep going, and then till that energy runs out. Then we get depleted, and then we just crash, and then suddenly we feel like we had to drag our feet in our life, going to work, even cooking or cleaning the house for that matter. Just like picking up a vacuum and vacuuming the floor sometimes sounded very heavy. So we've gone through that up and down for the past 3 years. Now we received blessings. Our energy was like high, and we just run on that energy, kept going, kept doing. Doesn't matter, it's design or jobs or services at temple, we just kept going till it dropped. Until we receive another blessing, it goes up again, and we use that energy, continue, and then we dropped. So it is not saying that we don't receive blessings in that sense, but there is one very important priority we realized by Master Jimena's teaching was when we receive these blessings, our first priority was to become a strong healer, meaning we need to have a foundational energy. Our zhong, if you don't know what zhong is, it's second half of your body where there's a very large area that is provides us all the powers that we need to move our body, to move our energy, to think clearly, to have a healthy body. So if we don't have that, we can't serve other people, because then we offer a healing once, then we feel like we need to sleep for 12 hours. That happens to me quite a few times. I would offer a calligraphy blessing to somebody, and then I had to sleep for 12 hours. Hi, aloha!
Hi.
So we have somebody just came in.
Hi, I'm Master Gina,
Hi.
Hardeep, and Yana.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello. Hey.
How did you find? Are you?
Meet up?
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
What's your name
Great.
again?
Victoria.
Victoria, thank you,
Hi.
welcome.
Thank you for coming. So we do live stream because we have quite a few international followers on the webcast.
Ah,
So
okay.
yeah, if you don't mind, if you mind being on the webcast, just let us know. We'll just not include you in the
Yeah, just don't include me.
Okay. So we
Thank you for
have a
joining
new
us.
student
Yeah.
joining us through Meetup today. Welcome, welcome. So
Some more.
Yeah.
okay.
I've never been here before. It was like a bit of a maze.
Oh, yes. Coming up through the.
Where are you from?
East Coast.
East Coast. Okay, Wailua. Kailua.
No, you mean East Coast of the mainland?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're
really?
visiting or?
No, I live here.
Wonderful.
So you just moved from East Coast to
I
Hawaii?
feel like it's still new to me because there's still a lot of things on the island. that I
Okay,
haven't
for a
seen.
year, 2 years,
About 5.
5 years.
5 years.
Okay, yeah. Then we're newer than you. We're here 3 years.
Okay.
Welcome. So, for the sake of Victoria, we're gonna introduce ourselves a little bit. You know, we always thought people already know us, so we don't really do that.
Thank you.
My name is Yanan. I am a divine healing hand soul healer of Dr. and Master Shah. His name is Hardeep.
Hardeep.
Hardeep
What is it?
Karvanda.
Hardeep.
Purdy.
Yeah,
Oh.
perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm also a divine healing hand soul healer.
Oh, okay.
And this is Master
Master
Gina
Gina.
Musetti.
Oh,
She's a worldwide representative of Dr. Master Shah. She's a
Yeah,
master.
thank you so much for joining us.
And we were just talking about how foundational energy centers really strongly connected to how we create abundance in our life. So so everybody on the line, I will have to go back to the basic for the sake of Victoria. We have to explain what foundational energies are. Okay. So in our physical body and energy body, actually the foundational energy centers are in the energy body. So based on traditional Chinese practices, we have a few energy centers in our body that provides different area of need. So the one of them is called lower dantian, which is in the front back half of our lower abdomen. It's like a fist-sized energy center right in our lower abdomen. And then there is the second one that is called kundalini. So if you practice yoga or heard about yoga teaching, there's this term called kundalini, which is in the back half of our lower abdomen. Like if you draw a line from the navel going directly to the back, there's a point that is called life gate acupuncture point. So it's like right below that, inside our body, there's a second energy center. So, and there are other parts, but today we're going to focus on these two. And Why are they so important? Because they provide our vital energy. In order to move our body to do things, we need energy flow through. In order to have this energy flow, we need to have these energy centers stable, balanced, and strong. So there are these two energies. So for the Kundalini, it's quite vital because Kundalini actually is a energy center that feeds our kidney, nurture our spine, all the way to our brain. So a lot of people, when we're aging, we feel depleted in our kidney and we don't have good memory. A lot of the time, that's because the Kundalini is not strong.
Mm.
So it's not necessarily just a kidney problem. It's the core, is the energy center is not provided enough. So, do you have any questions, Summer?
I've had back surgery,
Yeah, back surgery.
so I feel like my back isn't normal like everybody else's. It's been fused.
Oh, feels.
Yeah, so I can't. It's not flexible.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know how that would affect. Yeah. Plus, I know that there's certain I can't really do crunches or
Okay.
Flexibility on the spine.
And people like watch me and they're like, "Why you have such good posture?" It's basically because it's surgical.
Oh my goodness.
It's fused,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
the
very
vertebrae are
erect.
fused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that probably needs a lot of energy to help to have energy flow through the spine. Because it's good to have like erect spine, but then if it's not flexible, then the energy is not going to be able to flow through it. Then it's not providing enough into your organs and your brain, which will in turn affect how you create your life abundance. Right. So we were just talking about this experience where we had a art teacher, Master Jimena. She's also one of the Divine Channel and worldwide representative of Master Sha, who just lately shared this very powerful teaching with us. She was talking to a healer who has been ill for quite some time. It's actually life-threatening. It was quite serious. But she received huge help and blessings from Master Sha last year. So she was recovering very well. However, she did not use all her blessings, the energies. When we receive blessings, our basically our energy gets a really big boost. But that energy, the purpose of receiving all that is so for our body can recover. Because the recovery of body needs a lot of energy to repair, to run, to return back to the normal condition. But the moment she feels energy, she has capability to move her body, she couldn't help but helping other people. She started running around town to help her grandchildren and or doing other household chore, cleaning the house, so on. So she was not recovering as fast as it could have been, and then she needed more blessings afterward. So this high-level teacher of ours, Master Jimena, sitting on the ground is one of them.
Yes. Do you want a pillow?
Huh? Do you want a pillow?
Sure.
Yeah, there's six. Maybe you can grab my hand. If that's not enough, let me know. We have a lot of ones.
That's
I
true.
just
We
have
really
a
have
weird
a-
body, so
No, don't keep saying that. So, and then she like very directly tell her, I understand you want to help your family, but your priority right now is to heal yourself. If you don't heal yourself, then she actually you want to live to see your grandson to grow up instead of using all your energy to pick the kid up for his parents. Then you have to make that choice. So she was telling her that, and then in the room, all of us had a really big aha moment, and because we all do that, when we receive these healing blessings, we just use them right away. were, we think they were great services, and they are. However, we weren't born doing energy practices since we were 4. We were not special beings that we had these foundational energy center just replenish by itself. We don't. We, like every human being, as you grow old, these energy center gets depleted. We use the prenatal energy up, and we get, aging process. We get tired so easily, quickly, and we feel sick. So as healers, we're all healers. We have very strong desire to help other people.
Mm-hmm.
However, one of the first things we need to do is create a resource, our inner resource, our inner power, to be able to learn how to replenish it as we use it. Otherwise, we can help. In my own experience, I had offer a blessing to other people,
Mm-hmm.
and one blessing I actually had to sleep for 12 hours after.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not really helping many people. I can help one person in one day. That was it.
Mm.
Yeah. And imagine if you are able to create that energy center, strong energy center, and you build that ability to replenish as you use it, then you can help so many more people.
Mm-hmm.
And then from some, you can create a much more flourishing life.
Mm-hmm.
And you use your energy in the right place and be able to, again, refill it. So you don't just throw it out there and then make it empty. And after it's done, then you have to go back to Master Sha. Please give me another blessing. So we're so blessed to have Master Sha around all the time and are able to even just receive blessings sometimes through the internet. But the truth is, he gave us all these abilities, wisdom, teachings, and blessings so that we can help ourselves.
Yeah.
Then we can help others. Yeah. So that was a big aha moment for us, was that our foundational energy is so exactly like a reflection. And in that moment, I was thinking about the teaching of Shen Qi Jing. So based on Master Sha's teaching, everything and everyone has Shen Qi Jing. So Shen is soul, heart, and mind. Qi is energy, and Jing is matter. So just Shen Qi Jing, soul, heart, mind, energy, and matter. So in terms of energy and matter, when we need to move our body, when we need to go out and serve, when we need to create abundant of life, we need to have energy. Only energy flows, matter will follow. So at the business level, think about the cash flow. Okay, a successful business needs to have strong cash flow. It doesn't mean a successful business needs to have a big bank account that stores millions of money in there. That doesn't make a successful business. A successful business needs to have a good cash flow. You may not have much in the bank, but cash always flows. Okay, so that's ideal situation for energy. So money flow, cash flow. We can think energy in our body is cash flow.
Mm.
And matter is, of course, your creation of the products, the infrastructure of your company, and in us is our physical health. The organ has to run and cannot be damaged. Cell has to healthy, contract, expand with a normal balance with other part of the body. So that's matter. And so in terms of Shen, we're not talking too much about Shen today because we're focusing on energy centers. So I'm going to stop at the energy and matter level. I was actually thinking we'll talk about the second part of this teaching at the Shen level. We can talk about it next Tuesday. So projecting our physical health in terms of energy from a foundational energy center and running of a business, it can directly project to each other. So Sunny and I always receive energy, and we always spend it out a lot more than we receive. And that moment when I heard Master Jimena's teaching, what came to me was, if I look at my bank account and write down the number, I bet we actually make a lot of money. But it doesn't matter how much we make, we always spend a lot more. And that's actually true. So we went back to look at our money record. At just exactly how we use up our energy. We receive a lot, but immediately we spend a lot more. Not even knowing that's what's happening.
Right.
And we're not spending what's missing. We receive, we use it, we receive, we use it. What's missing is the part that we receive. We use those energy to create a healthy foundational center and ability to regenerate.
Yeah.
And then we keep.
Yeah.
So that's the part we're missing. So we decided we are going to practice seriously on our foundational energy centers. And we started doing that for 2 weeks, a week, 10 days.
1 week.
Yeah. And everything really started changing right away. So we don't experiencing delay of payment coming in that short period of time.
Interesting.
And we don't immediately jump up to do things when email comes in. We actually would look at it and check items, or sometimes you just know this is not urgent. So, and then more to that, we actually have time to cook and feed ourselves and then feel good about it, because we didn't used to think eating is important. We always thought that, it's just food, just get it from somewhere outside. That's faster. We don't have to cook. You're hungry, so you put the food down, and the rest of them is history. It's not a part of nurturing and feeding and loving your body, that kind of eating habit. So just the eating habit was also shifting because we started doing foundational energy. We suddenly realized how important it is to love our body and the act of eating. Not saying that everybody has to go home and cook yourself and feed yourself. But if you simply have the intention of, I'm just going to grab a burger from that little shop and get it over with.
It's the attitude.
It's the attitude. I'm just going to get it over with.
Like food is something to get over with so we can get back to work.
Yeah. So the act of completing the circle of receiving, regenerating, and then serving started forming in this past 10 days. And our soul, heart, and mind and body just feel so much better, and we actually feel good about spending more time doing practices than spending more time serving. We used to think we don't have time to do practices because we do so much work. Yeah, but that's not true. When we actually started doing our foundational energy practice throughout the day, the work just, it comes in its own pace that works out so well, we don't even have to manage it. Yeah. So
it's more sustainable.
That was my part of sharing. It's a little long, but it was so profound for me. I really, really wanted to share with you all.
Thank you.
So Sunny will lead us for practice.
Okay, so let's practice.
Do we have comments or questions?
We have, we have quite a few people today. We have Steffi, we have Elizabeth.
Hi,
Wong.
Steffi. Is that Steffi Peters?
Steffi from Berlin.
Oh, aloha,
Okay,
Steffi. Thank you for joining us.
Berlin.
Sure.
Oh, Belgium, sorry.
Thank
Steffi
you,
from
Steffi.
Belgium, Elizabeth Wong from California.
Hi, Elizabeth. Thank
Sharon
you for joining us.
Tubergens with us.
Hi, Sharon. Thank you for joining us.
Crystal,
Hi, Crystal.
Monica, and
Hello,
Archana.
Monica. Thank you, Archana.
Okay. So Steffi says, thank you. That was so helpful to me. She's happy. So we're going to do some practice right now. We can do these. Should we do them seated or first? And then stand?
I
Yeah.
think she needs.
Do you need to stand?
Are you more comfortable
We
standing?
just- Right now, I just had some Hawaiian healing
Oh, okay.
going on
So you want to
because I've been having problems with my right hip.
Oh.
So
So you,
And like the AC has, I think it's starting to bother my back.
Oh,
so
I
that's
can
why
turn
I
it
work
down.
pretty.
Yeah, it's kind of cold up
I
there.
think for
Yeah.
Gina's Kundalini one,
yeah,
so we can start with Kundalini, so she can help, she can feel better.
yeah, okay. But you're okay. Are you more comfortable sitting?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So we will start. Yanan had mentioned two of our foundational energy centers in the lower abdomen. One is more towards the front. It's the lower dantian. It's uh, from the navel. It's about 1.5 tsun, which is the width of your thumb down, and 2.5 inside the body. And then the second one, the Kundalini, which we'll actually be starting with, is starting from the back of your body, directly behind the navel. It's 1/3 of the way in and about 2.5 down. And it's also about fist size. You can imagine it about fist size. So this Kundalini is the one that feeds our kidneys, spine, and our brain. So we'll start with that first. So with every practice we do with Master Shah's teaching, we have 4 powers. Body power, which means how we place our body in our hands. Mind power, where we place our minds and what we visualize. Sound power is what we chant, is what we become. And soul power is to connect to the inner souls and the outer souls. So for this practice, for our body power, we're going to sit up straight. Yeah, that's good. We're going to feet flat on the ground. And your back as straight as you can, but comfortably, without straining or without trying really hard to hold it. So straight but relaxed. You can place one hand in front of your navel, and if it's comfortable, one hand directly behind the navel. If that's not comfortable, you can even place both hands on your navel, and that would be okay. And you can change up your hands in the middle of the practice, that's okay too. It doesn't matter right or left. So that's our body power, how we place our hands and our body position. Okay, so where you place your hands is where the healing goes. Just by placing your hands this way, we're already gathering energy there. For our mind power, so we're going to visualize in that Kundalini area, which is, like I said, 2/3 of the way back from the navel and
Does it matter
Little
whether
bit
your
down.
hand is like this way or that way?
no, you want to be comfortable. It's
Oh,
more
okay.
important that if it's training to do it this way, then you want to flip it.
Okay.
Yeah, we want to be comfortable during the practice.
Alright.
The placement of the hand is already directing energy there.
Alright.
Yeah, even it doesn't matter how you sit. It's just as long as you're comfortable.
And so
Sometimes
that's,
I even do this laying down.
Oh, really?
you can also do these practices laying down. The only difference is when we start chanting, if you're lying down, you would chant silently, not out loud. So you conserve your energy and you direct it inwards. You don't.
Do you mind if I lay down?
No,
Not at all. So you will just chant silently when we start our sound power.
Okay.
It's perfectly fine
Okay.
to lie down.
I'll just do that.
Do you want him?
Yeah, let's get another pillow, maybe. Yeah, you could place this one under your knees if you.
Actually, I don't need another pillow. I can just cover.
Is that comfortable?
Is that comfortable?
Yeah.
For you?
It's okay, she'll get
This would actually be better.
Oh, okay.
I don't usually have a pillow on my
You don't use a pillow under your
Yeah.
head. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I'm good.
do you want the neck roll?
Um,
Yeah, like a little one for your neck.
Oh.
Let's try it. How's that?
yeah, that works. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. And because I was saying earlier too that sometimes I'm so tired when I get home, but I'm just determined to do this practice. So I just lay down, I go to bed, I fall asleep doing it, and I wake up. I feel so happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It works even in sleep.
Oh, alright. Good to know.
So yes, so get into a comfortable body posture. Whatever is comfortable for you at this time is great. In your mind, visualize the sun, a really bright ball of golden light. So visualize the sun in your Kundalini area. So that's going back from your navel about 2/3 of the way, and then down about 2.5 times the width of your thumb. Just in that area is good. Visualize the sun shining brightly. And for our soul power, we will connect to the inner souls and the outer souls. So you can repeat silently or out loud. Dear soul, mind, and body
Dear
Dear soul, mind, and body,
of my Kundalini
of my Kundalini
energy center,
energy center,
I love you,
I love you,
honor you,
honor you,
and appreciate you.
and appreciate you.
You have the power
You have the power
to grow yourself,
to grow yourself,
boost yourself.
boost yourself.
You have the power
You have the power
to nourish my kidneys,
to nourish my kidneys,
my spine,
my spine,
my brain,
my brain,
and my third eye.
and my third eye.
Do a great job.
Do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now we'll say hello to the outer souls. In this case, we will say hello to the sun. At the beginning of our practice, we already invited all kinds of saints, holy beings, spiritual fathers and mothers. They are here supporting our practice. We have asked them to help us through all our practices today. So we will call in the sun at this time. So dear soul, mind, and body
Dear
Dear soul, mind, and body
of sunlight,
of sunlight,
I love you,
I love you.
honor you, and appreciate you.
honor you and appreciate you.
Please boost my Kundalini power.
Please boost my Kundalini power.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I am so grateful.
I am so grateful.
Okay, great. Now for our sound power, we will chant sunlight. So continue to visualize the sun shining in your Kundalini area. Let us begin. Sunlight, 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 and silently. And out loud. Sunlight, 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 sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight.
Now let us sing. Sunlight, sunlight,
Sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight.
How? Thank you. So how is HAO, which is a Chinese word for perfect, get well, be well. So we say how 3 times at the end of any practice, and we say thank you 3 times. Thank you to the divine, to heaven. Thank you to all the holy beings we called in, and thank you to our own soul. So that was just a short practice. That was just the beginning. How do you feel?
Hot.
Hot,
Very
yes.
hot for one.
I feel warmth.
Oh
Good.
wow, that's
Good.
great.
In your lower back area.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Wow, congratulations.
That's very good.
Energies moving.
Nice
Why?
to see you.
That does it usually happen?
Yes.
You know, actually I've never felt that.
Wow.
Yeah. But a lot of people do say that. But I think it's like very special when you feel that.
It's
Yeah.
it's wonderful that you feel that. That means the energy is starting to move, and the vibration
Yeah.
is speeding up. It's good.
Yeah, because usually my body gets cold very easily.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So I'm usually cold.
Mm-hmm.
So
So this would be a good one for you to continue doing. It's very
Yeah,
simple as
definitely.
well. Visualize the sun in your lower abdomen and chant sunlight.
okay.
Mr. Gina, how was?
Yeah, I could see light coming in, and it was interesting. Like when we went from just saying sunlight to when we started singing sunlight, all of the it's interesting. It's like I can see the cells, but then I also see what looks like cells, but they're outside my body.
Wow.
Yeah, and they instantly, like, the frequency increased as soon as we started singing. I was
Wow.
like, wow, this is why Master Shah says it's
Hmm.
much better if we sing.
Okay.
It's so trying to sing. I get it.
That's great.
Yeah, it was just like an instant, like
Change.
everything, and it got brighter and it started moving faster.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you for sharing that. And what I started feeling now is my back. It's easy for me to hold my back straight without effort, especially my lower back. It's just like energized by itself. I'm starting to feel the tingling in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So for the next part of our practice, we will continue. For now, we will continue with the Kundalini, but we will add one more soul power into it. We're going to say hello to the soul of our finances, the soul of our business, if you have one, or career. And we're going to ask them to join us and do the same practice. Because just like we have foundational energy, so do our finances, so do our business. Master Shah teaches that, whatever is inside is also outside. It's the same. We are all kind of made along the same,
Small universe.
the small universe and big universe mirror each other. So we're going to call the soul of our finances, business, career to join us in this practice. Okay. So you want to do that?
Do you want to do that?
Huh?
Do you want to cover for your eyes, please?
Okay.
My eyes are getting a little itchy. I'm not
Okay.
sure why.
Okay. Do you think it's the light?
Sure.
Do you want a
What did
little
you-
cover?
Like a little eye mask?
Mhm.
I just like a little cloth or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
It might help because my eyes are itching for some reason.
Oh, has that happened before?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I've never done this practice.
Oh, okay.
I don't really totally always lay on
the
the
ground.
rug.
Chant.
So this isn't my usual practice. I'm not sure what kind of reactions I'm supposed to be getting.
No, we never had eye itchy experience either.
Yeah, that can happen like when you're
Cleansing.
when you do these practices, because part of this practice, what we're doing, the developing the Kundalini, it helps the kidneys, and the kidney in the very deepest part of the kidney, the eye, is related to the kidney, because when we're developing in the womb, there are certain tissues that develop at the same time. So there's this one part deep in our eye, it develops, it's like related to the kidney,
Wow.
it develops at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, so like in Chinese medicine, there's different layers to the eyes. Part belongs to your lungs, part belongs
Wow.
to your liver.
Wow.
That's
And the
amazing.
deepest part in your eye belongs to your kidney.
Well,
I
we
guess
learned
it's
something.
something's going on because it's definitely itching and tearing, and
Oh,
Okay.
I'm like, okay. Plus, my body's feeling warmer.
that's
I'm like, okay, this is
Okay.
interesting.
okay.
I'm having all kinds of interesting reactions here. Thank you for explaining that.
Yeah, thank you, Master Gina. I did not know that.
I didn't know that
amazing.
either.
Beautiful. So we will say hello, and we, as Yanan suggested, we will also turn on any treasures we have that can help with our Kundalini. Or any, if some of us
So
have
if you have
received treasures.
received a Kundalini Jingdan
Yeah.
or any treasures, I remember Master Sha gave a pyramid for Kundalini.
And if you're Divine Healing Hands Healer, we have the
Divine hands.
purple light ball and purple liquid spring
That's
of
right.
Divine Kundalini.
Oh, that's from the book.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful.
Right.
So if you've received that download from the Divine Healing Hands book or any other downloads for your Kundalini, so we will say hello to those as well. So, dear soul, mind, and body,
Dear soul, mind, and body,
of all the treasures I have received
of all the treasures that I have received
that can help boost my Kundalini,
that can help boost my Kundalini,
I love you,
I love you,
honor you,
honor you,
and appreciate you.
and appreciate you.
Please turn on
Please turn on.
and please offer a blessing
And
Please offer a blessing
to all of us
to all of us
in the room and online
in the room and online
to boost our Kundalini
to
to boost our Kundalini
as appropriate for each one.
as appropriate for each one.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear soul, mind, and body,
Soul, mind, and body,
of my finances,
of my finances,
my business,
My
business,
my career,
my career.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
Join me
Join me
in this practice.
in this practice.
Boost your Kundalini power.
Boost your Kundalini power.
Boost your foundational energy.
Boost your foundational energy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now let us begin. So we have invoked our treasures to turn on. So this adds another layer to our practice. And again, for your mind power, visualize a bright golden ball like the sun shining in your lower back, your Kundalini area. Let us chant sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight.
Sunlight,
Sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. Sunlight, 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 sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight,
sunlight,
sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight. Sunlight, 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 sunlight,
Continue to visualize the sun shining in your Kundalini area. Continue to chant silently. Sunlight, sunlight. Sunlight, 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 and out loud. Sunlight, 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 sunlight. Sunlight, 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 sunlight. How. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So check in how you're feeling. How's your body? How's your mind? How's your heart? How's your energy?
You know when you see like photographs of like monks lounging?
Lounging?
Yeah, that's how I feel right now.
That is
Monk's
cool.
Lounge?
Yeah, you know, like if you ever see like a photograph
In their
of
off
like a
time,
monk,
yeah.
like they're, you know, sitting in the park. You know, they look strong and content.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Wow. Wow. How about online people?
So, card Monica is here. Monica said, "Hi, Monica."
Hi, honey.
She said, "Wow, wow, wow, that was so powerful. Greatest gratitude. I feel electricity. And still on crown chakra electricity. And your voice vibration increased. Your voice's vibration and more coming from you. Thank you so much."
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And earlier, Steffi, Crystal, and Andy Marie, and Elizabeth
Oh,
Wong,
hi, Andy.
and Sharon Turbigan was saying hi and had their aha moments about sharing the teaching from Master Jimena.
Great.
And Crystal said this would be an awesome 21-day challenge.
Oh,
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You do a 21-day foundation and energy practice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you
how are
can't,
you feeling?
can't live without it
I
after.
feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, much better than when before I started.
Wow, that's
That's
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad you came.
I'm glad I came too.
Do you feel more space, maybe, possibly?
What's really
around your
funny
back?
is, like, right now, my back, like, I just felt this. It kind of feels tingling.
Mhm.
Yes. See, that's what I usually feel.
That's
I
what
usually
Monica is
feel
also saying. She's feeling electricity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it feels like
Tingling.
right from here, like right where my waist is,
Mhm.
on down to
Yeah.
like where my
Very
Sacrum.
nice.
like
Tailbone.
where is that? Like over
The
here.
end of
Yeah.
the spine. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Wow. That's amazing because that's exactly the area,
That's
you know,
exactly the area.
that's
Oh, really?
affected, you know,
Yeah.
because Kundalini is so close and it's influencing that whole area. So you're feeling it.
Basically, the back half of your
Mhm.
Oh.
Yeah, kind of from the navel level down all the way to your.
It felt like I was, because I had this, like the first time, I didn't have this over my eye. So the light actually felt like it was sunlight.
Oh.
So like when I had it covered, I had to kind of make up something,
Yeah.
Yes.
you know, and it was like, or like I felt like I was actually more distracted.
Uh-huh.
Like I wasn't able to really focus as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I just focused on like what you were saying.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
and just
There.
I guess tried my best, you know.
Yeah.
that's
Yes,
perfect.
And that
Yeah,
was all I did.
perfect.
My eyes aren't tingling anymore, so
Wow.
that's
Oh,
always
that's
good.
good.
Right? Yeah.
But yeah, I feel
Yeah.
a huge
Yeah.
difference.
Every time I do this practice, I feel taller.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I feel my spine has more space.
Oh really?
Yeah, so I think this practice will really help you.
I think
Yeah,
so
it'll
too.
rejuvenate because
And Bhavana saying hi to Master Gina.
Hi, Bhavna.
Thank you,
Thank
Hardeep,
for
for
joining
sharing the
us.
link.
thank you,
Love
Bhavna.
you, Bhavana.
Thank you.
And Steffi says, I feel a powerful activation of my first soul house. My heart feels more free now, and I could also feel some clearing happening in my sinuses.
Wow.
Love you, love you, love you. It's
Right,
Steffi Peters,
Steffi.
yeah, from
Steffi
Belgium.
Peters from Belgium.
Elizabeth Wan shared, thank you for the practice, feeling so much heat on my back like workout.
Wow.
Also had a lot of saliva forming. Crystal says, wow, after the second round of this practice, my head feels more clear. I caught a terrible cold, and for the first time in days, my head also feels lighter and less congested.
Wow. So
Beautiful.
2 people said that they're feeling less congestion in their head.
Wow.
The
Yeah.
sinuses. That's
Yeah.
powerful.
It's building the foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, so your spine feels taller too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, yeah, I know. Every time, Krista, every time I do this practice, I feel taller. It's amazing.
Yeah. You need a hand?
Sure.
Sure,
Perfect.
beloved new student here, Victoria, feels tingly in her jaw You may have heard her already. She's like right next to the computer
Uh-oh.
on the ground. Asleep. So you wanna
Yeah. So we'll do another practice with the lower dantian. Yeah. So our next practice will be with the lower dantian, which is another very core foundational energy center. This one is more towards the front of the body. And if you have received any treasures specifically for the lower dantian or not, any kind of healing treasures you have, you can turn them on and request the blessing. We will all turn on our treasures to ask a blessing for the whole group for our lower dantian.
you have a lower dantian Hongyan.
I have a Dao treasure for my lower dantian, which is, I'm very grateful for that. It's really made a big difference for me. I've received it about 2 years ago, and I do have more consistent energy since then. It really helps a lot. So we will do our practice. We will all turn on our treasures. We have already invited the soul of our finances, our business, our career to practice with us. Even they have lower dantian, so they will practice with us too. So, like Yana was saying earlier, even if we did not invite them, like she said earlier, because we are boosting our own foundational energy, it does manifest in our finances, in our business. But it's just that extra step of connection that we can take. Whatever practice we are doing, we can invite their souls in. So it's just forming one more bond, one more connection to connect them to the practice. But even if you forget to invite them, just doing your own foundational energy practice every day will manifest, because it's really the attitude of taking the time out to nourish yourself.
It is. So
That's the shift that we sometimes need, that we noticed we needed to start to turn our finances around, because we were not focused on nourishing.
Replenishing.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
not focused.
The
Our
key
focus was
is-
all outwards, and that's not helping build and stabilize our finances.
It's like you have your cash flow, you receive the payment, and the moment you receive it, it's already gone. The moment you receive it, it's already gone. You haven't put portion of the money to restock or repair your equipment or
Mm.
cleaning your store. It's like you immediately go out to buy new things coming in rather than replenishing.
And it becomes like it goes out of balance when we do that, because when we are not giving enough care to our, for example, our body, it's not sending the right message to our body, and our body won't be able to serve that long, and then we'll be forced to crash, like we experienced.
No, we're not able to really serve with everything that Master Shah had gifted us as a healer, and it's easily we get also what's the word, being affected or sidetracked by other people. So you kind of lose your own ground.
Because we're not strong in our own foundation.
Then instead of helping others, we get
Shaken.
Yeah, get shaken. That's the word, get shaken.
Get dragged along,
Yeah.
get shaken. So, great. Let us continue with our practice. This time for our lower dantian, which is little, 1.5 width of your thumb, below your navel, and 2.5 inwards.
You
So you
just
can imagine a fist-sized ball of golden light in that area. For our body power, again, we will sit up straight, or if you want to lie down, that's perfectly fine. If you're sitting, please place your feet flat on the ground. For our hands, we will place our hands below our lower abdomen. One thing we can do is, for the lower dantian, we can use the yin-yang palm position, which is you take your left hand, grab your left thumb with your right hand, and then curl the fingers of your left hand over the right hand. So this becomes your hand position. Yeah, so grab your left thumb And then wrap your left fingers around. Perfect. And then you place this hand below your navel. What you can do is, after you form the hand, if you take the knuckle of your right thumb, tuck it into your navel and let your hands just roll down naturally. That is the position of your lower dantian. It's just behind that. So you can rest your hands here as comfortable. For your mind power, visualize golden light, a ball of golden light in your lower dantian area, in your lower abdomen. So bright golden ball of light like the sun. So let us connect for our soul power. Let us say hello. So, dear soul, mind and body,
Dear soul, mind, and body
of my lower dantian,
of my lower dantian,
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
You have the power
You have the power
to boost and grow yourself.
to boost and to grow yourself.
You have the power
You have the power
to boost my energy,
to boost my energy,
stamina,
stamina,
vitality,
vitality,
and immunity.
and immunity.
Do a great job.
Do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For our sound power, we will chant Jo, which is the number 9 in Chinese. It is the number that, it is a vibrational sound for your lower abdomen. So by chanting Jo, we're increasing the vibration in our lower abdomen area, which boosts our lower dantian. So we will also say hello to the mantra Jo. So dear soul, mind and body
Dear soul, mind, and body
of Jo,
of Joe,
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
You have the power
You have the power
to boost my lower dantian.
to boost my lower dantian.
Do a great job.
Do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And let us invoke our treasures. So dear all the treasures
Dear all the treasures
I have received
I have received
that can boost my lower dantian.
that can boost my lower dantian.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
I love you, honor you, and appreciate you.
Please turn on
Please turn on
and offer everyone a blessing
and offer everyone a blessing
to boost their lower dantian
to boost their lower dantian
as appropriately for each one.
as appropriately for each one.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay, so let us begin. Jo,
Joe,
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 Jo,
Joe, Joe, Joe,
Jo,
Joe,
Jo,
Joe, Joe, Joe,
Jo,
Joe,
Jo,
Joe,
Jo,
Joe,
Jo, 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 Let us sing. Jo, 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 Jo,
Jo 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 Jo
How? How? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, our treasure. Thank you, the mantra Jo. Thank you, Alo Dantien. So once again, check in with your body, with your energy, your mind, your heart. How do you feel?
I feel like a triangle.
A triangle? In what way?
So solid.
Oh, you feel solid like that?
It's like,
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
great. That's great.
and I saw this beautiful like golden number 9.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, that's amazing. So precious.
Yeah.
Why do they use the number 9?
So Master Shah learned this from his master in China, Master Guo, that these sounds, these different numbers, vibrate different parts of the body. They vibrate the cells and the spaces in different parts of the body. So as you chant that number, the cells or the spaces, the energy in that area will vibrate faster. And that'll promote healing in that area.
Is
Or
Jiao Mandarin?
Zhou is Mandarin for
Zhou.
9. So not the number
So
9.
It's
does
like
it
Joe,
not-
Joe, Joe.
Does it not work if you say 9?
I think the sound is different.
The sound,
right?
yeah, the sound makes a difference.
I think it's the
Oh,
sound
have
that
you tried-
vibrates.
It has to be Mandarin Chinese?
No, it doesn't have to be, but it's better.
Oh.
Yeah, you can say 9, but
It's more
Joe
powerful.
has a different frequency.
Yeah. So yeah, different parts. One starts at the head, and then you work our way down. And Joe is 9 is the lower abdomen. Yeah, it's. How did you feel with this practice?
It felt like my front part felt warm.
Yes,
Yeah.
wonderful. So you're
That's
feeling it in the
amazing.
right areas. That's
Yeah.
very profound. That's great for your first practice. You're actually feeling the sensation in the right areas, so you know it's going there. It's boosting the vibration. Yeah. How about you?
So, is this thyroid?
Parathyroid.
Yeah.
Oh, parathyroid.
Like
Or it
I'm
could be your
Actually, it's
glands.
just
I'm
the
just feeling
lymph.
like
It's
lymph.
the salivary
warm,
glands.
like right here.
Oh, good.
Is there lymph glands?
Yeah,
also
lymph
here?
glands too.
And saliva glands.
Yeah.
That's amazing. It's like two little people.
Yeah. And
Wow.
I think our parodids are right here.
Oh, okay.
And do you know what the parodids do?
No.
It's very interesting since you're talking about food. I know we're over time, but do you want me to tell you?
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
So the parodids are really, really, really interesting glands
Okay.
because what they do is they communicate to our brain what it is that we're eating.
Oh.
So that's why it's really important to taste your food. Yeah.
Interesting.
So like even like
So you don't
the
gobble it
standard
down,
process comes in those little tablets.
Uh-huh.
Primarily, it's because anything that comes in a tablet is so that you can bite on it, so that your parotid gland says, "Oh, wow," and it sends the information to your brain. Look, we're receiving this nutrition,
Uh-huh.
and then your brain starts to prepare your body to receive it.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it's really important to like really taste
The
Mhm.
food. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. That's amazing. Because often I haven't experienced this too much this past few weeks. But often when like I was saying, we just grab any food and just gobble it and move on, right? The thing is that always what happened right after I eat, often I feel like I needed to take a nap right away.
Oh yeah,
It's like my body was putting so much energy just processing the food.
yeah.
Oh, that would, yeah.
Can I say something about
Yes.
that? Okay. Because I've actually been feeling that way recently too, and I've been getting a little, when you get tired and then you get confused. And
Yeah.
so last night I got home, and I sat down. I have like this special like reading meditation chair that I share with the cat, And so I said, you know what I'm going to do? Because I'm thinking, oh, can I eat this? Can I eat that? I said, I'm going to ask my pendulum.
Oh.
So I said, one of the downloads that we have is called a divine body pendulum. So I said, okay, dear my soul, should I eat something tonight? Nope. No. But it's only 6:30. Are you sure? Yes. So I went to and I have a good.
You were gonna argue with it.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. I want something to eat. Why did I ask you in the first place?
And I knew what I was doing because I'm like, okay, if I listen,
Listen.
So, and I've developed this skill of like I can touch something and I automatically will get a yes or no.
Wow.
So I went to the refrigerator and I looked in and I have a bottle of juice, and so I touched it and I got yes, and I was like, oh good, I can juice.
That's wonderful.
And then I went to the drawer and I pulled out the tea and I touched the tea. No. Oh, okay, no tea.
Interesting.
So just drink water and juice all evening.
Wow.
And then today I felt so much better.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So we have to ask our body what,
And
ask
this
our
is,
soul what
yeah.
our body needs.
This is also amazing as we started doing
Yes.
started like diligently doing our foundational practices. I actually started eating less.
Mm.
Like I used to eat so much food, I don't even know how much, but you just feel like you need to eat that much to feel fulfilled.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much of a body.
You feel satisfied.
It's really of a emotion and mental level. I needed to eat that much to feel fulfilled. But because of the foundational energy practices, I eat a lot less. Actually, if I measure it, I think it's even less than half of what I usually eat.
Mm.
And then I would feel replenished really quickly, and then I can go on with my life and feeling satisfied. So that was quite amazing experience. So we think like we block an hour to do foundational practice takes up a lot of our time, but just because of that 1 hour of practice, everything else just arranged itself so well when we create that foundation. It's like then the foundation is it's our management team or something. It just started running by itself.
Wow.
So it was
so
quite
cool.
amazing. So Steffi shared, that was very powerful. Thank you. I would love to practice with you every morning. It is so much more profound when we practice in group. Absolutely. Thank you for this most beautiful gathering. Love you all. Thank you, Steffi. Really like doing practices in group make a huge difference. And Monica says, well, I hope my soul is happy because I ate a few brownies today.
Oh, love you, Monica.
Oh, but I ate a lot of
Bok choy.
bok choy and Chinese cabbage and onions too.
Okay.
Wow, great.
Okay.
Elizabeth was laughing at Monica. I'm laughing
So
with
cute.
Monica.
Yes.
So sweet.
Oh, thank you, everyone, for joining us.
I think on Thursday maybe we should support Master Patrick.
Yeah.
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 That's a good
I was
idea.
also thinking because we're actually going to do the 21 day challenge this
okay,
time.
great. So we'll all join the Master Sha Tao Healing Center on Thursday.
Yeah.
And you can register for that at drshaw.com.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll send you the link. And then we also do it on Facebook Live in case anybody.
Yes.
if that's
Yes, we
easier
do.
for you.
And Steffi, that would be great for you too. We're actually
Oh yes, the 21 day challenge.
kicking off another 21 day challenge. This Thursday is just the informational evening, but it actually starts officially next Thursday, which is the 13th. So it'll be wonderful to do that. Like you said, practicing in a group is actually huge. So if you can join the center's practice evenings by webcast for the
And
next.
Steffi, if you want to do it, and if you join the 21 day challenge, and then I can be your coach if you want.
Oh, great.
Oh, that's amazing.
Great. Yeah, because you do need a coach to join. So thank you, thank you, thank you everyone for joining us. Let us say thanks to all the souls we invited. This was such a beautiful practice with all of you. So let us close with 3 thank yous, 3 love yous, and 3 gong songs.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. Gong song, gong song, gong song.
Thank you, everyone. Love you, everyone.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Bye bye.